Good evening, everybody. I'm sitting back, relaxing. I have got to lay down the game rules. People, I want to announce to everyone I've been looking through something, trying to learn from someone, but um, you know, I've been looking through them and trying to think of how I'm gonna make mine better and more unique. I'm not trying to copy anybody else's game. I'm trying to learn. But there is a rule. People do make, look at Power World. They made themselves a unique game. So what I'm doing is making my unique game. I want to distance myself from Sega, but they have very good unique skills, and I don't know if I can take that one on. I'm not trying to challenge, like I said. I've been looking at their games and thinking, how would I improve mine? Now, um, I made this new girl. She's not Knight. She's a different character that takes different kind of powers. That does have the bond and everything that uses great powers. But there's a thing. Since I've been seeing Knight, the girl and the Knight becomes one and they work together inside. I don't know. I think she enters his body and she controls him. So I consider, why not do something new? I see Knight in action and I just played its game today and trying to learn from it. So I thought of something. Um um what? Let me see. I thought of something that's when you run out of time, you are dismissed from the character and you just fall out of him and you just fall to the ground and you gotta you probably had to gain enough time to return to him. I don't know how that works. I played it before the clock gets you, before you wake up. You don't want to wake up, you must complete it. So this is what I'm gonna do for these characters. Now, there is a girl and there's a boy. They both have different kind of story power. They both have different powers. The girl is more like, we don't know, unique power. He is more like strength and defense. She's more like magic defense. So they both are unique in different ways. Blues represents strength and defense. She represents magic and magic defense. So what I'm trying to do, we're not going RPG. What I'm trying to do is going to do the same thing what Knight does. He goes around collecting things in games. No, but I'm doing it a different way. My game is not Knight. My game is Dream, and we're doing it a different way. So the villain. So who's gonna be the nightmare? Yes, there's gonna be a girl that looks like him. No, actually, a guy, a bad dude. Um, so this is what I'm gonna do. Let's start. There is a Dreamway Gateway. I'm working on that music. It's called the Dreamway Gateway to the Dream World and to save the world. So, these children had slipped into the Dream World Gateway, fell into a crib, and Chief appeared to well, the crib took them towards the field, and the crib just opened up and they got out and started crawling. They seen her standing at a shrine, waiting for her, and she was laughing and giggling, saying, "Come here, you two." She was trying to lead. She's leading the voice to you, like the music says. She's calling you, and you two children, has to reach her. And then she reaches, stretches out her two hands or one hand towards the children, and tell them, "Come to me. Let's go have fun." Next, you know, a child jumps, and then they merge. And guess what? One child emerged or two. I was thinking two of them has to jump inside of her. Once the two childs enters beside her, then she becomes a little younger. This is how she transforms. She transforms into this. And yeah, so this is what happens. So when the girl when they emerge, the two children emerge, they drop her age. And then she's well, oh, that's what I'm thinking. It she doesn't want them, she wants to be in control, but no, she wants them to be in control of her. So the childs control her and they become smarter and unique. Inside of her, they become smarter and learn. You know, their brains become supercharged. Like, I know everything. I know how to control myself. I know how to be an adult. They become inside of the children. The babies become adults inside themselves because the adult here is sharing the age with them. You know, but you can't be an adult forever. The children's can't be an adult forever with her. Usually the powers were usually this is called sharing. We're friends. We become friends as one. We are merging together and we transform into something new. We transform into a character, a new character. So there is going to be one character and two characters. This is the game character, and this is the starting character. She's an adult, and she becomes merged with them and changes and becomes this. Isn't that awesome? So how am I going to get this model to, um, and this is the character who's trying to merge with her, or since they bump, God, sometimes they sometimes the boy and the girl becomes one with each other inside of each other. Sometimes you're not as two anymore. You're actually in one in one body. So the two has become merged with each other, plus the other two children has emerged with each other, becoming one simple color. So you can see it's purple, you see it's pink and blue. So they were merged. I'm gonna get to that point. What happens if you lose the merged powers? So you would be underneath attack. There's no time limit problem. What we need is to collect all the moon balls. So she's there to collect the moon balls to enter a gateway to the nightmare world to stop the nightmare from plaguing their dreams. So we have to destroy the nightmare that's trying to mess up their dreams. So this is probably a mysterious creature that's from another world. We don't know. It could be Zera's minion, or I don't know. We're not at Zera's time. Zera has not I mean, Zera minion has not entered their time. So what happens if if you what happens there is going to be a meter, and the more you get attacked and it goes to zero, you both fall out of her body and she changes back. And what happens, she falls to the ground. And then what happens if you're facing the boss can gather the children. Uh-oh. What happens then? If one child is captured, the creature will merge the child with him. Oh no, that's bad, right? That means what happens if the child is emerged? What happens if the nightmare takes one of the children and merge it with him? Then that's one power lost. If it gets what happens? The child inside of him is trying to fight to escape, and it's preventing him to escape, or her. Um, how do we gonna save her? What we have to do is get enough power stars to return to her. What you gotta gather is at least 25 star rings. I mean, star balls. I mean, just star rings. When you collect enough star rings, you would be able to use the star rings to to return yourself back into her. And what happens to the monster? Once you return back into her, you lost one of your powers, but that don't mean you're gonna you still have a fighting chance. What you do if you're facing the boss, you have to go in and free the child from the creature. What happens? The monster tries to run away, so you won't. That way you won't get her. Um, it tries to continue to control the child inside of him, And if it controls the child, then it will be able to use its powers against the enemy, against us. So, how long before it's fully, how long before it takes control of the child? It gives you about a time. It'll be a time limit on the top, but once it only starts when you emerge with the other character. Once you emerge with the character, when the time runs out, that's it. It'll turn against you, and then it will try to defeat you. And one power loss means there is one. What means that the child is being controlled by the nightmares. Mean it'll have a chance to defeat her. And once that does, and if she falls down again, the nightmare will gather the last child, but you still have a chance to escape. There will be a meter just flipping and telling you to move the mouse back and forth to try to escape, and the creature will try not to allow you to escape. Plus, the child inside of it is pulling you down with it. Oh boy, because it's already been taken over, so you're in trouble. So this is where it gets really, very difficult. Really, really difficult. Um, don't worry about really, really difficult. So yeah, she looks kind of cute when she transforms into this. Yes, she's a child. This means she's wearing the same thing as her. Um, that's what's called a merge. This is the emerge. This is what happens when you emerge. Like I said, remember, let me show you something. Remember when I talked about the merge on the model? Remember Dragon Ball? Dragon Ball did a fusion. They merged and their body was one different color. It means you change with it and you become its age. But who controls it? The one who controls it is that age, meaning you're working with that age number. But that's just the fusion. The fusion just changes color. But for merge, you become that age. So but you share the age. If there's two of you and three of you, then you're sharing the age, meaning the age is at a level where it's supposed to be, where you can work together as one. So this means everything that comes from a baby comes, let me just tell you, everything from the merge that came from the baby would be attached to this character, meaning everything was with the baby, it's on her. So that's crazy. That's awesome. That is, but it makes her even stronger. So emerge powers are very unique and they can do many, many things. It can change the appearance, it can change the clothes style, it can change your clothes, and whatever was on the whoever was the strongest character, whoever wanted, well, if the leader wanted to let the other if you wanted to let the leader take your place, then that child will transform into what you were. um well, the child that's the leader would be in control of your body, meaning whatever the child has, you would be wearing that on him. You'll be wearing his clothes, or you'll be wearing as one separate, as all at one clothes together, meaning they all been transformed into whatever you clothes. Your body and your whole entire body has been transformed as miracle, meaning if it's kind of complicated, it's like doing math or something like that. How is it possible that everything has been merged together? Like the child was what was wearing, the body what was the same, and what happens? This means that everything was from a child is with you. Yes, it is. Everything that was with the child and everything which was you, you're all sharing it together. Meaning once you are a flat pancake, you both like you're putting the hamburger on a bun and you're putting the buns together and you're coming together as a smushed potato, meaning you're sharing the buns together. Your buns on this side and her buns is on this side. And they're both merging, meaning the buns become as one together. And what was on her and what was ever was on you, they come together. And whoever's the strongest takes that list. So this means it means who is the leader and takes that place. It only works one time. Once the character chooses that character, it cannot change. You can't change appearance. That appearance is forever, will be hold forever. Once the leader takes that body, once let's just say once she takes your body, everything that was on her will be on you. Meaning she is in control of you. She's running your body. If you're a merge, that means she is in control of you, but your brain is sharing it with her, meaning you both of brains are became one, and what happens to your brain is what happens to her brain. You know everything from her, and she knows everything from you. Meaning she doesn't know everything from you because she's a dummy. She's just a baby. She don't have a brain. But what your brain, you transfer your brain into her, making her smart and making her more what do you call it? More you what they call that when you're an adult, you're more respectful, you're just whatever adult has, whatever an adult brain has and it gives it to the baby, she becomes an adult as well. They're both sharing each other. But there's no meaning for the adult to share that with you. I mean, there's no meaning to share your brain with her because well, it's gonna go on her there and she's gonna know everything from you and what you are and what you do. And whatever is on this brain, it's sharing your brain with it. It's like there's some little smart things in there. I'll take that and then I'll merge it with mine. The brain, everything is like you both come as one and you just transform into what you are. And this is what you get. This is what you are. And that's what you'll be like in every single game. If it's complicated, what I'm trying to tell you, once you emerge, you turn into what you are. You become this. And I was trying to find a picture of that. So you become younger, a little younger, but you're not going to be too young. You're just going to be probably a little kid. And whatever's on her is on you. You can see this was on her. But this is what happened then. They just broke apart, and what was on the boy is on her too. So the boy is merged with that girl. So it was kind of common. They're trying to learn how to merge. Sometimes they merge when they break apart. The other merge part of you, the other party of the other side of you doesn't get unmerged. So um, I don't know. It's crazy. She has to unemerge the boy from her in order to free herself from a boy's side. So well, the only way to disengage from the other side, you have to beat the game in order to free yourself from for all of you get demerge. So yeah, that is kind of cool. I thought of that. So this is great called Dream Into Night. You'll be able to do stuff like you never. It's like you say, come with me. I want to show you the wonders. And once you do that, you'll be able to do all the wonders and become some crazy character. But you know, when you emerge, when she's emerged, she's more powerful, meaning she can take anything down. We're not going RPG, we're going around table two. Well, you'll see, the game is unique. So I wanted to keep this picture, so I'm gonna have to figure out how to model this character. But I wanted to share that with you. Now, Knight doesn't got this sort of power that you can emerge. Knight does have an emerging power, but in a different way. It's sort of a hand thing. I don't know what his power is, but his power is that. But this power is emerging. Emerging is kind of cool, and it comes with a price. If you merge with that person, you will have every single clothes that he has on. You'll be wearing his clothes. Now, if she emerge, let's just say you emerge with that character, you'll be wearing her clothes. But if she emerge with you, she will be wearing your clothes. That's how it works. But if you plan to share well, sometimes it doesn't go in your favor. If you want to still be in control and you don't want to wear her clothes, you don't want to merge with her body and have the same thing on her and to put it on you, you have to figure out how to work. You have to figure the merging to work together. How should I? It's like Piccolo. Piccolo is trying to emerge with the guy, and well, it's the permanent emerge, and he wanted to be in control, not him, and he said he could do that. So yeah, he Piccolo wanted to be emerged first. He wanted to be in control. He didn't want him to be in my body, in control of my body. So he said, "No, I will let you be in control of my body." So that's what he did. So is there a way he can defuse his emerging powers? No. Once it's permanent, you cannot defuse emoter. This is your body. This is who you are. You have him inside of you, and you can't leave that body with him. You can't leave each other. So that's how it works. Okay. But for this is just a limited merge, meaning when you beat the game, you can demerge. So that's what I'm trying to say. If you heard her sing Piccolo's clothes and all that change, that's what's going to happen to her. Everything's going to change. Your clothes, your appearance, your looks, your color, your hair, your 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 underwear is no longer underwear. This is the other person now. You're wearing you was wearing her shirt, but this is what some of your clothes still remains the same. Well, actually, no, they look different. Um, your your gown is gone, kind of, and you're wearing a diaper now. You're wearing her shoes. Actually, you're wearing your shoes changed. Your gloves are changed. Yeah, you can tell she's changed. So this is very strange. She's become something different. That's the powers. That's the powers. So yeah, that is amazing for a squirrel. So, can she change back to herself? And go, yeah, she can. So when these two, actually there was two against one. She was only one character, so two against one went into her, meaning she became, two numbers just dropped her number. So this means two of them were in control of her. So that means they're in control. So who's running her body? Well, the children are, but they're smart now. So that's who's running the body because she wanted to, well, if she can still lead them to their destiny. So it's amazing, I tell you. I thought of that plan and how it works. If you be taken down by the monster, by the boss, and you lose a child, one's chance losing your powers even further. And if you lose the other child, if they let's just say the monster takes you down, you fall to the ground, and the children just feel. Let me give you an example of what happens when you get defeated. Ah! Ah! And she screams, and the children ah! They both fall out of her. One goes this way, and the other one goes that way. And the boy falls down, and the girl goes right over there. And which one? If you're playing as the boy, then you're over here. If she's playing, if it's a computer girl, she tried to run away. She's crawling away, but the monster grabs her and places her into her body and merges her with him. And she's trying to fight, and the boy's trying to gather enough stars and star rings, and then he got enough star rings. She appears back, and then you gotta run to her before he gets you. Then she tells you put your hands out, and then you touch her hand. You both be emerged together. Then you're back in control. You change back, but it's not the same color. You might be blue now. Your hair might be blue. It's no longer more like pink, purple, or blue and pink together mixed. So you have to figure out how to defeat her, save your friend. You got to go race down there and try to save your friend. And if you do punch, if you do knock the baby out, the if the thing is, you have to give him a lot of beatings in order to free her. Once you do that, you can finally grab her and reemerge, and then your colors change back to normal. Um, so you both back in control, and you take it down. You finish the game, and that's how it works. So, and there's a point of supermoon powers. Yes, the supermoon powers makes you even more and makes you invincible. There's no way the monster can try to disable you both, de de demerge from you two because you're super and it's a barrier protecting you from being demerged. And there's no way you can lose because you're invincible. It's cool. You defeat the monster as super. The ending is supermoon. Once you defeat the creature in supermoon form, you go back home. You fall asleep in your bed. It was just a dream. You wake up, and your mom and father's go, and the nightmare's no longer bothering you anymore because you defeated the nightmare. It can never come back again, if that's what you think. But in this game, it doesn't come back once you defeat it. It's over. The nightmare's ended for now, and that's the game. It's kind of fun. You guys wake up and you see your mom and dad. That's it. That's cool. So yeah, that is a brilliant idea. Brilliant, and it'll be perfect for the game. Makes it easier and more affordable. So everyone, thank you. Hope you like this idea. I think it's very nice. I think it'll work just fine for the game. So I'll see you next time.